Peace and blessings in this corner, Boxing 24. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hope all is well. I'm doing pretty good. Of course, as always, God is good. God is great all the time, no matter what goes on, no matter what happens, no matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter what situation, God is always good. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. Just to recap about Tank and Rolly Romero. Listen, I say that Rolly Romero was winning the fight up to the 6 rounds, up until the stoppage. I say Rolly Romero was making it a little difficult for Tank. I think he hurt him a couple of times in the fight. That second round, that fifth round, I think he hurt him. Tank was holding, and Tank said himself that he knew that he had to be cautious when he hit him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was hitting him with some power. But power without intelligence is not going to last. And Rolly Romero has power, but his skill level is not the best, and he's not defensive. So when you're aggressive like that and you're not defensive, you're going to pay for it. And I appreciate Tank because he was honest. He said it wasn't the hardest shot, but he ran right into it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what he said. It wasn't no hard shot, but he ran right into it. Which also kind of says that Rolly don't have a good chin. If it wasn't the hardest shot, and it didn't look hard, right? But see, that's why people have to stop thinking that, if the shot don't look hard, oh, how did that happen? Tank said himself the shot wasn't hard. And when you look at it, it don't look hard, but it still knocked him out, right? So so that means that he don't have the best chin, and it was just a good punch. Just like when people say that Muhammad Ali, when he hit Sonny Liston, oh man, that don't look like a hard shot. But Muhammad Ali hits hard though. And it don't have to look hard. It could still be effective. It still could be an effective punch. And that's what happened. And so that's what happened with Tank. That punch wasn't that hard, but it got him out of there. So Rolly Romero, he talked a lot of crap. First round knockout. He said a lot of stuff he shouldn't have said. And I actually liked Rolly Romero. I thought he was going to do a little bit better than that. I thought he would be a little bit smarter than that, but he wasn't. But now I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. You was talking about Devin Haney. You talking about Lopez. You talking about Shakur. You talking about Devin Haney don't got no jaw, and Devin Haney this and Devin Haney that. But look at you, man. You got stopped. Devin Haney didn't get stopped. Devin Haney got buzzed by Linares, and Linares got pop in his punch. He got buzzed, but he sure walked back to that corner and came back out firing. So you can't say nothing about Devin Haney. That's why you got to be careful what you say about people, man, because then when you get put in a position, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what happened. So yeah, Tank is very intelligent, and he's patient. Two things I saw. Patience, that you got to have in boxing, and intelligence. He was smart, right? He said, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that. Let me just wait. And he saw that Rolly was being aggressive and coming forward, and it just, keeping his hands down and just being aggressive and reckless. He said, I'm just going to time him. And soon as Rolly came towards him on that rope, where he could have really had him, he got stopped. Because he don't know how to be aggressive and defensive at the same time, or aggressive and use your size, use your forearm, or you know what I'm saying? Use your forearm, your elbow, and come in. And he's a little dude. Tank is a little dude, man. You could overwhelm him. You know what I'm saying? Like, use your elbow, use your size, come in, and you know what I mean? Like, he don't know how to do that. So he paid for it, right? So now here's the thing. Where does Tank go from here? And where does Rolly go from here? Tank had a back and forth with Devin Haney. And Devin Haney said, well, if you're not going to try to get big fights, you might as well just stay with Floyd. So, I'm hearing that he's staying with Floyd. But what are you going to do from here? If you're not fighting, you can't fight Devin Haney right now. So don't call Devin Haney out, Tank. He got a 3-fight deal. He got to fight Kambosos twice and then Lomachenko for the 3rd fight. So he's not available. But Lopez is available. Teofimo Lopez. Ryan Garcia, I'm not going to bet on that because he goes back on his word. He's fighting Fortuna not because in July, supposedly, not because he wants to, because he has to, right? But I wouldn't bet on that fight happening with Tank because he talks a lot, you know. But you could call him out. You could push him. You could push him, and you could try to make the fight happen and put it on him and let the fans and let everybody see, let the public see that he really don't want to fight. But Lopez is available. Okay, and eventually you get Shakur. You could fight Shakur Stevenson. You know, because he's not going to stay at 130 too long because there's not too much for him to do there. You know what I'm saying? For him to become undisputed there and beat Gutierrez and Ogawa, 2 people that nobody know, I don't know if it's going to make sense. And I know Bob Arum already said that it doesn't make sense. And nobody knows them, and he's not going to put up no money for that. So Shakur's not going to be at 130 too long. No more than 2 fights at 130. I think Shakur's going to be at 135. Okay, and maybe he fights Gutierrez. I don't know, but he's not going to be there too long. Maybe he fights Hector Garcia. You know what I'm saying? After this Gutierrez fight, that'll be a good fight for him. But I know he's not going to be at 130 too long because there's not too much there for him to do. You know what I mean? So Tank, you know, you got to get Lopez. Try to get that's your or Ryan Garcia right now. Okay. As far as Riley's concerned, 15 fights, 1 loss, 12 knockouts. That's not bad. Okay, so he got to go back to the drawing board, work on his footwork, learn how to move around that ring, learn the angles of the ring, learn how to back up, learn how to maneuver, learn how to defend, learn how to duck punches, learn how to block, learn how to bob, learn how to weave, and jab. Okay, he needs a better jab. That jab is, you know what I'm saying? It did a little work, though, with Tank, but he needs a better jab. Okay? He needs more of a punch combination instead of just trying to knock somebody out. He needs to jab. He needs to hook. He needs to throw straight rights. He needs better sparring, obviously. So he needs to train, man, like he really wants to go to the next level. You know, he can do it. It's up to him. I don't know if it had to do with his trainer. He seems like a good motivator, and he did tell him, you know, he did say to him, you know, he did mention something to him about Tank and being aggressive that way and being overly aggressive. I forgot verbatim what he said, but you know, they're gonna have to work on that. They're gonna have to work together. And if he's a coach that's not defensive, then that's not gonna last. So that's what he needs, man. He needs a defensive-minded approach, and he needs to work on his a good right hand, good straight right, a good hook, not just trying to throw power. All your shots ain't got to be power. See, he got to learn that. All your shots don't got to be power. It's like when Tarver was fighting Roy Jones, and Buddy McGirt was telling Tarver, don't worry about the power. Just throw your shots. Just throw your shots. Don't back up. Keep going forward. Just throw your shots. And you know what I'm saying? The second fight, he was able to just throw a shot and get Roy Jones out of there. Don't worry about the power. Just throw a shot. Because Tarver had just ducked. And then Roy Jones tried to throw a left hook. And then he was open and Tarver caught him. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, man. Rolly Romero has to work on. He got a few things he got to work on. Okay? So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much all I got. Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments, whether it's nay or yay. Let me know how you feel. And everyone be safe out there. And we'll be back on here a little bit later or tomorrow with something. All right? Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24.